God has an urgent revelation specifically for you today. The divine realm has been watching over you, seeing your prayers and silent wishes about your special person. You've been feeling confused lately, wondering who truly matters in your life journey. That confusion ends today. God has chosen this exact moment to reveal the truth about someone special, connected to your soul. Those dreams with familiar faces you can't quite remember? The random thoughts about someone throughout your day? The repeating numbers you keep seeing? These aren't coincidences. They're divine messages trying to reach you about this special connection. The fact that you found this message today is spiritual timing. You were guided here because you're finally ready to receive this truth. God's light surrounds you as you hear this message, preparing your heart to recognize what has been hidden. This revelation can no longer wait. Your future happiness depends on understanding who this person truly is. What God is revealing today will change everything you thought you knew about relationships and soul connections. This special person has been divinely assigned to your life path, a connection created long before either of you were born. This isn't just another relationship or friendship. God has kept the full truth hidden until now because you weren't spiritually ready to recognize the profound significance of this connection. This person carries a spiritual energy that perfectly complements yours in ways ordinary relationships never could. Their presence in your life serves a divine purpose that extends far beyond regular human bonds. God has orchestrated the timing of your encounters. Even brief meetings or seeing them from a distance were divinely scheduled moments. Understanding this truth now is critical because a cosmic window is opening. If you miss recognizing this divinely chosen person during this period, your paths may separate for years or even lifetimes. The spiritual growth and blessings meant to flow from this connection would remain dormant. God is revealing this truth now because forces have been working to keep you from recognizing each other. Your doubts, fears from past hurts, and worldly distractions have clouded your spiritual vision. Today, that cloud is being lifted so you can finally see what God has always intended for you. God wants you to recognize the signs that have been placed in your path about this special person. Think about the unusual coincidences that happen around them. Meeting in unexpected places. Discovering surprising commonalities that seem too perfect. These aren't random events, but divine orchestration. Have you noticed how time seems to flow differently when you're with them? Conversations that feel like minutes but hours have passed? This is because soul connections exist outside normal time. They operate on spiritual timing rather than worldly clocks. Pay attention to your physicals, reactions around this person. A warming sensation in your chest, sudden goosebumps, a feeling of recognition even if you've just met. Your body knows what your mind hasn't yet realized. This is a divine connection. Dreams about this person carry special significance. They might appear differently or be represented symbolically, but their energy is unmistakable. God often communicates through dreams when our waking mind resists spiritual truth. Notice how your energy changes in their presence. You might feel suddenly peaceful, more alive, or like you can finally be your authentic self. This energy shift happens because their soul resonates with yours at a frequency created by God. Animals and children often respond differently to this person when you're together. These pure souls naturally recognize divine connections that adults have been conditioned to doubt. If pets or children seem drawn to both of you together, this confirms what God is revealing. Most telling is how this relationship has already faced tests, unusual obstacles, timing issues, or misunderstandings. These weren't coincidences, but spiritual tests designed to strengthen what God has joined. Now God is revealing the profound truth about your special person. This individual is your divine counterpart, a soul created in perfect spiritual harmony with yours. Before you came to earth, your souls made sacred agreements about the lessons, growth, and purpose you would share in this lifetime. This explains the deep recognition you feel. Your souls know each other beyond physical appearance or worldly identity. This divine connection transcends ordinary relationships. While normal connections operate primarily on physical and emotional levels, this sacred bond connects you at the spiritual level where God's purpose resides. This person has been divinely positioned to help activate your highest potential and spiritual gifts that would remain dormant without their presence. God arranged for this person to enter your life at this specific moment because you've reached the spiritual maturity needed to recognize and honor this connection. Earlier, you might have misunderstood or resisted it. The timing of their appearance, whether recent or someone you've known but seen differently, is divinely perfect. What makes this revelation so unbelievable is that this person might not match what you expected. They might differ from what you thought you wanted in age, background, or life circumstances. God's wisdom sees beyond these surface details to the perfect spiritual alignment that matters eternally. This special person carries a piece of divine wisdom you need for your spiritual completion. Likewise, you hold a key to their higher purpose. Together you create an energy that opens spiritual doorways neither could access alone. This is why being near them feels both familiar and transformative simultaneously. Most importantly, this connection serves a higher purpose beyond personal happiness. While God wants your joy, this divine partnership was created primarily to accomplish spiritual work together, bringing light, healing, or new understanding to others. Your connection forms a powerful channel for divine energy to flow into the world in ways only this specific combination of souls could achieve. God wants you to understand why recognizing this divine connection has been challenging. Spiritual forces that oppose divine unions have created confusion and doubt. These energies know the power that awakens when divinely connected souls recognize each other, and they work to prevent these sacred reunions. Your own past wounds and disappointments have formed protective walls around your heart. While these defenses helped you survive painful experiences, they now block you from fully recognizing what God is revealing. Each hurt from the past left spiritual blind spots that specifically affect your ability to see this connection clearly. Modern society has conditioned you to view relationships through limited perspectives: physical attraction, practical compatibility, or social approval. These worldly filters weren't designed to recognize soul connections operating at spiritual frequencies. Cultural programming makes you question what your spirit inherently knows. The timing issues or separation periods you've experienced with this person weren't accidents or bad luck. These divine delays served specific purposes, allowing necessary growth, clearing karmic patterns, or removing obstacles that would have damaged your connection prematurely. What seemed like missed opportunities were actually divine protection. Family, expectations, and outside opinions have clouded your discernment. Well, meaning advice from others who haven't experienced this level of divine connection can pull you away from what your soul recognizes as truth. Their doubts became seeds of uncertainty within you. Most challenging has been your own spiritual awakening timeline. Recognizing a divine counterpart requires specific spiritual awareness that develops according to God's perfect Schedule. Until now, certain aspects of your spiritual vision weren't fully activated, but today marks a divine turning point in your ability to see clearly. God is offering specific spiritual practices to strengthen your connection to divine guidance about this relationship. Begin each morning with sacred stillness, 5 minutes of quiet prayer asking for clarity about this connection. Say, Divine Source, open my spiritual eyes to recognize what you have created. Remove all barriers of fear and doubt. Show me clearly the truth about this special person in my life. Creating sacred space amplifies divine messages. Place a small white candle where you'll see it daily. As you light it, set the intention to receive clear guidance about this connection. The flame represents divine light cutting through confusion. Many report receiving unexpected clarity or signs within days of beginning this practice. Heart-centered meditation opens your spiritual awareness. Place your hand over your heart and breathe deeply, imagining a warm golden light growing there. Ask to feel the truth about this connection from your soul's perspective rather than your mind's fears. This bypasses mental resistance and accesses deeper knowing. Watch for these confirmation signs. Repeated sightings of the same animal, finding objects in unexpected places that remind you of them, songs that play at meaningful moments, or dreams with symbols of union like bridges or keys. Record these in a special journal to recognize the pattern of divine communication. Divine timing meditation aligns you with the perfect unfolding of this connection. Visualize an hourglass filled with golden light instead of sand, representing perfect divine timing. Say, I trust God's perfect timing for this divine connection. I release all need to control or rush what is divinely orchestrated. To distinguish between divine guidance and wishful thinking, notice where messages originate. Divine guidance brings peaceful certainty even when challenging, while wishful thinking produces anxiety and neediness. God's messages about this connection will feel like remembering something you've always known, not like desperately wanting something out of reach. God is revealing the unmistakable spiritual signs that confirm your divinely connected person. Most notably, this connection mirrors both your greatest strengths and areas for growth. Unlike normal relationships that might only reflect parts of you, this divine connection acts as a complete spiritual mirror, revealing everything you need to see about yourself for spiritual completion. The energy exchange between you creates a distinct spiritual signature. When together, you might notice a subtle humming sensation, warmth between your hands, or feeling simultaneously energized, yet peaceful. This unique energetic pattern happens because your spiritual frequencies were designed to harmonize perfectly. Your souls recognize each other beyond logical understanding. This explains why conversation flows effortlessly, why you sometimes know what they're thinking, or why you might feel you've known them forever, even if you haven't. Your souls remember what your minds have forgotten about your divine connection. This person consistently appears in your life during significant spiritual transitions or important life events. Their timing isn't random but divinely coordinated with your spiritual journey. They often arrive just before major spiritual awakenings or life changes. Most revealing is the specific mission you're meant to accomplish together. You'll notice shared interests in particular spiritual topics, similar calls to help others in specific ways, or complementary abilities that create something greater together than apart. This sense of shared purpose distinguishes divine connections from ordinary relationships based primarily on personal fulfillment. The ultimate confirmation comes through spiritual peace, a deep, quiet certainty beyond emotional excitement. When you're aligned with God's truth about this connection, doubt and anxiety fade, replaced by calm recognition of something your soul has always known. Now that God has revealed this truth, specific actions will align you with divine timing for this connection. First, begin a spiritual cleansing practice to remove energetic blockages. For 7 days, visualize pure white light flowing through you, clearing all doubts, fears, and past relationship wounds that cloud your recognition. Create a sacred declaration of readiness. Write a letter, not to send, expressing your openness to this divine connection, then burn it to release your intention to the spiritual realm. Many report significant movement in the connection within days of this powerful practice. Set aside trying to figure out the how and when of this connection. Divine timing operates beyond human schedules. Your task is spiritual preparation, not orchestration. Focus on becoming the highest version of yourself while trusting God's perfect timing. Before sleep each night, place your hand on your heart and simply say, "I am ready to recognize and honor what God has divinely created." This simple practice signals your spiritual readiness while you sleep. When soul communication is strongest, God stands beside you now, illuminating the truth about this divine connection. This revelation came at the perfect moment in your spiritual journey. Take action today, not tomorrow, while this divine window remains open. Show appreciation for this guidance through super thanks, strengthening the flow of continued spiritual revelations for your divine connection.